overcoming. This is the meaning of the name Cairo. In Arabic, we call the city or the capital Al-Qahira. This is the name in Arabic because Al-Qahira was the name of the star appeared in the sky on the day they decided to build the capital. That's why we call the city Al-Qahira or Cairo, which means overcoming. When we go to Cairo, we will visit the pyramids of Giza, 3 pyramids for Cheops, Khafre Macarius, and the Sphinx of King Khafre. And you'll enjoy the weather there. You'll see the only wonder left of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. In Egypt, there were 2 wonders. One of them was in Alexandria, which is Alexandria Lighthouse. The lighthouse was standing here in Alexandria, and it was built by the Ptolemies, I mean the Greeks, in the 2nd century before Christ. The lighthouse was 135 meters high. The visibility of the lighthouse was about 50 kilometers in the sea. The lighthouse was guiding the ships on the Mediterranean Sea to Alexandria, the capital of Egypt. But unfortunately, the lighthouse was destroyed in 1303 AD. And the stones of the lighthouse were used to build the citadel. Maybe you can make a tour tomorrow in Alexandria and you can see the citadel where the lighthouse was standing. We have another wonder of the 7 wonders of the ancient world, which is the Great Pyramid of Cheops. The Great Pyramid of Cheops, which is 147 meters high, the Great Pyramid of Cheops was the highest building on the earth till the French built Eiffel Tower. 2,300,000 blocks of limestone were used to build the Great Pyramid of Cheops. In 20 years, 20,000 men, and you'll like it very much because you remember this is the only wonder left of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. Dresses and blackhead dresses, I mean the women who live in the villages. After the woman gets married, she has to be dressed in black. Black, just black color. And the man is wearing his long garment, it's traditional garment. There is a statue in the middle of the garden in your left-hand side. We can see a statue. Can you see it? This is a statue of Muhammad Ali Pasha. Who is Muhammad Ali Pasha? He was the Albanian officer. He was not Egyptian, but he was beloved by the Egyptian peoples. Muhammad Ali, yes. He's so famous for a famous mosque in Cairo. We call it the Alabaster Mosque. Muhammad Ali built the Alabaster Mosque in 1830. We are still in Alexandria, which is, I mean, the atmosphere and also the building. There is a sign on the top. Can you see the Great Pyramid? There is a sign on the top. This sign is showing you the original height of this pyramid. The original height of this pyramid was 147 meters high. Now we say the pyramid is 137 meters high. About 10 meters lower than before because of the earthquakes and the winds. The pyramids were covered. Can you see the next pyramid? Look, this layer of limestone fell down. The tomb of the king was his own tomb. I mean, nobody was allowed to be buried with the king inside his tomb. Just the king and his grave furnishing. Yeah, overlooking the pyramids.
I will talk about the
So, my lovely friends, I'll be guiding in Libya. And there is a part between Egypt and Sudan.
Sahara and Libya, desert between Libya and Egypt.
Sahara Desert.
Remains of... You can leave your things here, it's safe in the coach, but you need your cameras to make pictures when you have free time.
The symbol of eternity in the world. What we do, we cut the stem according to the size we need. For example, like this side. After that, we remove this green cover. You can see this green cover, it's so hard to cut. So the ancient Egyptians used it to make baskets, sandals, and the belts. The white inner part is the most important one. So we cut it into thin slices. But you can see it's very weak because it contains the water and the sugar. To make it very strong and very flexible, just we use the rolling pin to remove water and to make it very strong and very flexible as well. Now you can see very strong, very strong and very flexible. After that we put it in water for 60 days to remove sugar and to make it more stronger and very soft. After that we put the slices between two planets, one horizontal and one vertical. One horizontal across, one vertical. After that they stick together naturally, without any chemicals, materials, or any additions at all. Without glue, without anything. Look at the corner. Takes this shape. And after we complete it, then we cover it. After that, we put it under the press for another 60 days. 60 days. The ancient Egyptians used heavy stones instead of this machine. So 60 days in water and 60 days under the press. After 12 days, we have a sheet of paper like this. This is the first paper in the world. You can see very strong and very flexible. You can roll. Doesn't it change? The same paper.
That is up.
And this paper is the original one because if you put it on the line, you can see horizontal and vertical line. This is the difference between the original and the false one. What we do, we send this paper to our local famous artists who paint all of those beautiful paintings which we can see around you. And this one is a masterpiece of the ancient Egyptian history, which is called the Final Judgment Day. The ancient Egyptians believed that there is life after death. So after this, the pharaoh is sitting here in front of 14 judges. 7 of them trust him and wishing to give it to him the key of life, the symbol of protection. But the other 7, they are not sure. So they are testing his heart by using the scale of justice. Now the judgment will start, you can imagine. This is Anubis, the god of mummification in ancient time. Takes the dead person to the scale of justice. After that, he put his heart in one band of the scale because the ancient Egyptians believed that the heart is the source of evil or good deeds. In the other band there is a feather. This feather is a symbol of truth or reality. Now you can imagine, if the heart is heavier than the feather, this means that this person was a guilty person and committed a lot of sins during his lifetime, such as lying and so on. So in this case, this wild animals, which is called the am'am, because it eats the bad one, yum yum, eats his heart as a punishment for him. But if the feather is heavier than the heart, this means that this person was a good man. In this case, this person was a good man. So the god of protection, Horus, takes the dead to the paradise. And this is the paradise. And this is Osiris, the god of paradise. By his side, Isis, his wife, the goddess of love and beauty. The original one is located now in the British Museum in London. And this is a replica of the original one, according to all the paintings and all the colors. This piece, this is the second famous painting. This is the first calendar in the whole world, an Egyptian calendar. You can see 4 covers of Horus represent 4 directions, north, south, east, and west. 4 ladies represent 4 seasons of a year, winter, summer, spring, and autumn. Together, 12 represent 12 months of a year. Their hands, 24, represent 24 hours of a day. This circle refers to the earth, and inside it you can see all the star signs or the zodiac signs, such as Scorpion and so on. The original one is located now in the Louvre Museum in Paris. This one's a tree of life. You can see our life, baby, childhood, youth, marriage, and all. Each painting is in our gallery has 2 numbers. NO is the serial number, and LE is the price in Egyptian pound. You have our order card. Yes, give me this card, please. If you want to buy any painting, just write the model number here and the price in Egyptian pound here. But you can pay in any kind of currency, such as US dollar, euro, credit card, Egyptian pound, any kind of currency. Now you can look around. Thank you for good listening.